presence of His Excellency, the Minister of Health, and where he awarded the working doctors over 30 years in the hospital of psychiatric in Kuwait. And here is the report.
Welcome back, dear viewers. I hope you really enjoyed the holidays that we have with Eid al-Adha. And today we're going to have a very interesting shows. We're going to talk about the latest new research that has been done and the lovely achievements that has been reached in Dasman Institute. This is why we're going to have a meeting today with Dr. Jihad Abu Bakr Farid. He is one of the greatest scientists here and a team leader in molecular biology and biochemistry unit in Dasman Institute. So Dr. Jihad, thanks for accepting our invitation today.
Thank you very much for having me in the show.
This is very nice with regard to all the research and the media that you have done and your team definitely with regard to diabetes. So congratulations first
Thank
of all
you very
for
much.
that. Today we're going to talk to, can you just give us a brief overview about the different activities that Dasman Institute can help with regard to diabetes?
Okay, Dasman Diabetes Institute strive to help Kuwaiti people and to accommodate the patient and so many levels. They have the educational approach, and they have all the clinics. They have the X-ray. They have the fitness and rehab center that can train people and give them right exercising protocols to reach their optimal fitness. In addition to the research, of course, which is my area, and I'll try to shine some light on it in the common segment. We are growing exponentially with time, and it's really becoming a pioneer in so many levels, and the region, in Kuwait, the region, and hopefully will be also recognized internationally. So we are. This is yes, brief introduction to the whole thing.
Now the thing is about Dasman Institute. It has, as you said, it has a lot of research, and the thing is, it has contributed to a lot of important topics and about diabetes and obesity as well. So, do you think is the most recognized research you've done here in Dasman?
Well, in our unit, now I can't take it all the recognitions, so it's all with the help and support of my team and the unit, and of course the administration of the Dasman Diabetes Institute and Dr. Khalid Bahani as a management, and of course with all the support they're getting from the government and the Highness Prince himself. So we are getting a great and unlimited support that really made us reach the step that we are right now. And one of the important research that we have achieved in the recent 2 months, I'll say, it's the identification of certain genes and we were able to link it for the first time to obesity and diabetes of type 2. So if you want, I can give you a brief
of course, actually this is a breakthrough in the field of medicine and diabetes, which I think it's Kuwait is the second most common country with the diabetes.
Yes.
So the thing is about this, why is it so important to do research about diabetes in Kuwait?
So I'll start by saying why are we interested first in obesity?
Yes.
Obesity is, we all know, it's very common health problems in Kuwait and worldwide. And we are ranked among the top country that suffer from obesity. And it's according to recent information in the website, in the web, it's been recognized as a disease right now, a chronic disease. And every 3 American right now, one in every 3 suffer from obesity. As recognized as a disease because of the association with so many complications, cardiovascular disorder, dyslipidemia, hypertension, and so many things. So, and if you don't take care of it, if you don't really get yourself together, you will progress to type 2 diabetes with no other way. So what we advise people to take care of themselves before in the pre-diabetic or the earlier stage, before you reach the diabetic. In our research, so we were interested in checking the non-pharmacological approach, which is the exercise.
The lifestyle.
Lifestyle and exercise on the effect and expression of certain genes. So we use the state-of-the-art technology to differentiate, to understand the difference between obese and lean. What genes, what signatures that differ the 2 groups. And we came up with a set of genes using state-of-the-art technology, gene level and the protein levels. And we identify certain genes that really of interest, differentially expressed in obese people. Then we went ahead, and one of them was the gene that I actually take an interest in it and to understand how it works and mechanism. We found this gene to be repressed or downregulated in obese. It was not expressed as much in obese because of its protective role. So then we realized that it's linked to a certain biomarker or a certain gene that really play roles in developing diabetes and type 2. So then we started to understand, then we find that exercise actually helped to improve its level. So exercise not only affected the people fitness and life, it's also affected them in the molecular levels. So the gene got expressed more, and then we were really happy with the results. Then we want to understand how this gene really works.
So is that gene which is responsible for insulin secretions, or?
So this gene was shown to be reduced in obese. So we want to know how it is linked to obesity. Then in an obese patient. Then when we overproduced it and when we overexpressed it in the lab, we realized that it has suppressed and stopped or reduced the amount of expression of certain gene that's really a bad marker or bad genes that link to diabetes and obesity. And now we're trying to come up with a model how it is work, and this is the first step usually in so many steps before it really reached to be used for targeted therapy. So and now we found that it's really involved in the glucose uptake, which is the problem that we are having with diabetes. You have accumulation of blood and glucose in the blood that is not been taken, and or insulin is not produced properly. So we found this gene to work on the genes that really and the gene that involved in the glucose uptake. So and improve their expression. So now we are trying to come up with a model how it is really work and how it's really we're trying to close the circle how it is really work, and how can we take it to further another step downstream where we can really use it to animal study and so on, and then take it from there. In any target therapy, you start with the identification of certain markers or potential marker. Then it has to be validated before it goes to trial, and then trial in animals, and after a certain trial and make sure there is no side effect, it goes to human, and you can use the treatment. So we are in an early stage, so I will not really, this is a lengthy process.
Exactly.
It's a lengthy process, and it's what they call it the transition from bench to bed.
Yeah.
It's a lengthy process.
But I mean, it's remarkable, like how exercise affects our bodies, and it's how it can help actually treat diabetes. But can you tell me about the research itself? Did any patients were included in this research? Was there any type of comparison? And where did the sample come from?
It was we have recruited the plan to recruit around 600 patients for that particular study. And with this, with existing data, we have done the research on over 120 samples. The sample or patient were stratified or classified based on their weight to lean, overweight, and obese. And then we used state-of-the-art technology or an array approach to really identify the gene that's really different between these groups. And after finding these genes, one of them is the gene that I published a paper on it recently, and it's not been reported previously. There is only one research, and it was in mice only. So nothing is known nothing known about these genes in human subject and obesity. So this is in itself is novel, and we wanted to take it to a next level now and understand how it works and mode of actions, and there is a lot of potential for the genes in particular because it's the gene I'm looking with, but there is also other gene in our lab that we are interested in, and we got recently another papers, and there are 3 papers coming also from my team. So it's really we are
a
on
huge
track.
steps. That's
Yes.
very good.
Yes.
It's a really huge step.
Yeah. When you mentioned an exercise, what kind of exercise that you used during this study in order to make or to do a regression with regard to the diabetes?
So it's a part of the study is to do is to collaborate with the Fitness and Rehab Center and Tasman Diabetes Institute, Dr. Fahad Gamlas. Yeah, where we have asked the patient to go through 3 months, 3 to 6 months exercise, moderate level of exercising. And samples were taken before and after. And 3 months, and right now mostly 3 months. So because of the number of, it's the issue that also we are having and we are suffering with is actually to recruit people and to make people also follow program.
Exactly.
It's hard to
exercise.
So this is just to checking only the exercise effect. We are not controlling their diet or so, and it shows the effect has also been seen clearly. But imagine if we have controlling over their diet and exercise, the result will be tremendously more and more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the overall length of the studies was how long?
It's 3 months right now. Most of the sample that we did a comparison with, it's on 3 months. Our aim was 6 months, but really was hard to get so many samples after 6 months. People will, it's not easy to recruit, and if you don't have the incentive or the motivation to get them here, you will lose, especially lean subject.
Yeah, that's very good. And do you get any kind of collaboration between other countries worldwide with regard to this perfect research?
Well, this man is trying really to, they are establishing collaboration with different countries. We have collaboration with Harvard, it's a big institute in the US, and also we have Dundee from Scotland that provide educational and even diploma and master programming in here. So we have a collaboration, and we have also a group from UCL from England. So we have really interested in collaborating internationally and getting also Tasman and Kuwait recognized internationally, not only nationally, internationally, and really we're striving to really to flourish and to go to the next level and to compete with the world. And we have all the tools, and with the right management, why not?
Well.
Why not? Why not? Why not?
Dr. Jihad Abu Bakr, the thing is about this research, what do you think will it change the management of diabetes? Do you think there is a future for this research to be applied in Kuwait?
As I said, I think in maybe other interviews, research it actually makes the main building block for any future therapy. Yeah. So what we do, we provide the tools and the targets that need to be validated and be studied, and then you can use it for targeted therapy. We, even in cancer, there is the conventional way of treatment where you have chemo, radiations, but you have now people are going after target therapy. Use it in its own or a combination with the conventional methods of treatment. So identifying target genes and then tackling these genes, whether if it's beneficial genes to increase it, or if it's bad gene to suppress it. This is also a method of treatment, but it might work independently or in a combination with the existing therapy.
With regard to, in order to reach the success of your dream with regard to this gene, I think there should be a huge collaboration inside the teamwork. I think you need a genetic, scientist, and you need a biologist, and you need a pharmaceutical. So exactly, in reality, your team, who's in your team?
Well, our team is, they are, like I said, it's biochemistry and molecular biology. So molecular biology, I'm a molecular biologist. So I work on the gene levels. So I try to understand how it is expressed and how it works and its molecules. So we have also in Tasman, we have the Genome Center that works on different gene, getting also a signature of the Kuwaiti genetic information, comparing it to what's known in Caucasian or different or Asian country. So we have different research activity in this man. We have also isolate cell transplantations unit, but in our unit we are mainly we have a mix of people who really focus on proteomics and people who works on genes.
Yeah.
And I'm one. I'm interested in the genetic level.
Point of views.
Yeah, but we need to also look at the other part of the equation, which is the protein levels. So we have in our teams we have both, combinations of both.
That's excellent. Now we will go for a short break and we will be right back.
I'm a registered dietitian from the Smile Diabetes Institute, and today I'm going to be talking about healthy eating before and after exercise. So just like a car needs fuel, our body needs proper nutrition to perform activities of daily living such as moving, walking, thinking, studying. All of these activities need energy. And so an activity like exercise needs even more energy, and for a person to have all that energy, he must nourish himself with proper foods. If we consume foods that are unhealthy, such as fast foods or chips or chocolates, we will get energy, but we won't be able to perform at our full functional capacity. And so by eating healthy foods, we can perform to our full functional capacity. So there are foods that we should consume before exercise and foods that we should consume after exercise. As for timing, some people like to be light when they work out, so it's better to eat at least half an hour before a workout. Sometimes people feel more comfortable with an hour, but half an hour to an hour is the best time to eat. What are the foods that you should eat? The foods that you should eat should consist of carbohydrates because they're the most readily available source of energy. So foods that have carbohydrates include sugary foods such as fruits, dried fruits like apricots or raisins or dates, which are famous in Kuwait, bananas. The foods also shouldn't have a lot of fiber because fiber takes a long time to digest, and you need the sugar right away because you are going to exercise. The food should also be low in fat, so you don't want to eat like a burger or something like that before working out because you'll feel heavy, and most of the blood will go to the intestines to digest the food and not to your legs or hands which will be performing most of the activities. Another food that's delicious and pretty light is like yogurt with dried fruits or yogurt with fresh berries. It's also healthy and nutritious right before exercise. Now the other thing is some people exercise and they feel like, okay, now that I've exercised, I don't want to eat anything because I just did all this work, I burned all these calories, and I don't want to ruin everything I did. But it's not healthy. You need to eat after exercise because just like when a car moves, it burns some of the fuel, so you need to replenish the fuel. You need to do the same for your body. So what are the foods that you should eat after exercise, and when should you eat these foods? First of all, you should eat within 2 hours after exercise because there's an enzyme in the body and it functions most 2 hours after exercise. So don't wait, for example, let's say you exercise at 5. You don't want to start eating at 8. You want to eat within 2 hours. So by 7, you should have eaten like a snack or a meal. After exercise, you need to consume a meal or a snack that contains both protein, which replenishes all the lost muscle and repairs all the muscle damage, and you need carbohydrates because you've used most of your sugar stores. So proper foods would be, for example, a sandwich, like a turkey sandwich, which has lean protein. It's a good source of protein. And just whole wheat bread, which provides you with the carbohydrates, also provides you with fiber. And just add in a bit of vegetables like lettuce and tomatoes because they give you vitamins and minerals. And you also need that for exercise. Another proper snack, if you don't feel like making a sandwich, something fast and easy, is milk and like a banana or another type of fruit of choice. Now, why is milk really important after exercise? Because it contains 2 types of protein. It contains casein and whey, and they act differently. Like one is fast acting, or it's digested more quickly than the other, so it slowly replenishes all all the lost muscle and repairs all the muscle damage. So milk is a really good source of protein. Also has calcium for strong bones and teeth. And the banana, which has carbohydrates and vitamins and minerals. Another snack, which is easy, and you can find it in just buy it from the supermarket, just cereal with milk. As we said, milk is very important, and you can add in a bit of fruits like berries or bananas for some people. So these are just a bunch of healthy snacks before and after exercise. So make sure you eat before and after for a healthy workout and a workout that you can get the most benefit from.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Now we're going to continue our talk with Dr. Jihad, scientist in molecular biology in Dasman Institutes, and we're going to continue to talk about the link that you identify with regard to the genomes with obesities and diabetes. Can we just complete our talk about what kind of difficulties that you are encountered or you faced during your research in Dasman?
I think since we are dealing with the human subject, our main issue is to really get people to be committed to follow your program and your plan,
Yes.
and also to recruit them from the first. Yeah, so you need to have the incentive, the motivation to get them to come and attend without any, and get committed for 3 months or 6 months. This was kind of difficult. You have to follow it up, to get the coordinator that will call them up, make sure that they come on time, they follow the regular exercise, and so on. So that was some of the issue that we are having, and to follow it up also, because if the patient, some of them will strictly follow, some of them will be so on. Some of them will give up. So you have to really take all the result and understand also the background of the information, and not only just take it as it is. You have to really go on the patient by patient and understand the physiology.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's
because it's really hard to make someone exercise. I think it's a big challenge. I mean, the encouragement you need to give this patient just to do that is actually amazing.
It's another issue.
It is, and so it is. You have to really make them really believe in what you are saying, or you're promising that it might happen to them, and you can get some of this belief. I think mostly from the people who suffer a little bit, like obese people, but lean subject especially. I mean, you have to really work hard to recruit them in the first place, and to get them to work and exercise for 3 months. It's also it's a task.
It's a challenge, but you did it.
That's very good. What was the age of the patient that you were asking them to come to join the research?
We have actually a range of. So there was not. We're not restricted to certain age.
Is it female and male? Or
We have a mixed population, so male and female, and so you have different variables that you have to deal with: age effect, sex effect, and so many things that you have to really understand and study, and to confirm your finding.
And was it a difficulty choosing the people you wanted for the study, or was it?
Was it random choices?
It was random choice. We're trying to randomize things in our research. However, sometimes we find differences. There is differences in ethnic level, difference in even gender. Some gene will have even differences in the genetic level. Female might behave differently from male, and age-wise. So different factors can be. Sometimes some genes might not be affected. Some genes can be affected by gender, age, and so on, and different factors, or other physiological condition that you might not know about. And you think it's because of diabetes and so on. Maybe there is other factor that, so you have to really understand your patient. So to reach the right conclusion.
Yeah, because most of the diabetic patients they usually have other chronic diseases. For example, they usually have high blood pressure and some heart problem.
Yes.
So your patient, were they purely diabetic, or did they have?
Well, our focus was, well, we recorded both obese subject and also diabetic patients. So this initial finding that I got, it was mainly on obese subject, obese and lean, difference between obese and lean, and then we start to make a story and link it to diabetes. If this gene is bad on obese, and eventually can lead you to be diabetic. And if you increase the genes, you can really reverse some of this bad gene that really play a role in diabetes and obesity. So this is where we start really understanding how it works, Angie. But yeah, it's quite a task.
It is quite challenging.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, can you tell us about the support you had during this research, and who are the people who were involved in this?
Well, I'll start by stating the complete support that we're getting from the higher management of the EMAD Diabetes Institute, Dr. Kadhim al-Babani is General Directors, and of course our sponsor, which is Kuwaiti Foundation for Science and Technology and Advancement in Science, of course, and I will not really I will always emphasize the role of the Highness Prince Sabah for his support in research. He's always emphasizing the important research from the day that this man has been built around 2006. So we're getting all the support. We're hoping, of course, for more. There's always room for, but I'll also emphasize on the importance of having also the right team and having the right tools. We are having here the state-of-the-art technology that will allow us to identify, to study genes or protein, hundreds of protein at the same time with a short period of time. So having the right tools and the team, which is and the right management, I think you have the right combinations that will lead you to success. And of course, my team is, I cannot thank them enough actually for their help.
The thing is, do you have any plans for other kinds of research you'd like to do?
Yeah, right now we have studied effective exercise on adult, and our next step is actually to diabetes type 2 is known to affect people at later at around 40 or late 30, but now we have recognized that it's really the incidence of diabetes 2 is increasing in child.
Which is a big concern.
Yeah, it's a big concern in Kuwait, and it's and then the percentage is getting higher and higher with time. So our interest right now to also work on research and development program that will involve, like we did with adult, also children, identifying also gene that really maybe cause that change that we are observing right now. Why is it we are having this trend, diabetes type 2 with early age patient? So this is one of the things that we are already about to start, and we have some collaborations, multi-center collaborations from 5 hospitals in Kuwait, getting samples, and it's going to be a very good study.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
That's very nice.
Yes.
Most of your talk went to type 2 diabetes. Is there any luck for any type 1 diabetes?
Type 1,
discovery.
It's not your interest.
It's actually because we started up with by focusing on obesity. And then it leads us, because obesity is now it's really the link between obesity and type 2 is established. So that's why we are working that way. But it doesn't really rule out the possibility or the chance that we might also work on.
The problems that we're seeing, as you said, I mean, of course, exercise plays an important role in the patient's health and preventing or managing the disease. And you mentioned something about also the trend of obesity becoming also in children, and we're seeing a lot more of that there. The thing is with also exercise, there is the diet that's involved and the change of behavior of people and adapting a new way of, it's just less active, and they're becoming eating a lot of chips and snacks and whatever.
Junk food.
Like the junk food. The other day, I saw this small girl playing in the playground, and she was holding 2 bags of chips in her hand, and it's actually a really big concern. I mean, 2 bags of chips, and I was like, where is her mother? I want to talk to her, and which is a really big problem. So can you tell us, is there anything that you think about of course, exercise and food, but is there anything else that you think plays a role in the diabetes type 2?
Of course, environment is a really important role in triggering or causing the change in your body, or stress can lead to also all these kind of diseases. Not taking care of your health. This is also, like you're saying, it's very important. You have to follow. I think exercise needs to be incorporated or apply in our daily life activity. With controlling of your diet, this is, I think, most of people, or I recommend everybody to do that, because this can help and prevent the transitions. If you don't take care of yourself, and if you have the history of having diabetes in your family, the chance of getting diabetes is a matter of time.
So there is a link between, of course, family history and patients with mothers or fathers with diabetes. So there is a genetic link between diabetes type 2 and...
Yes. If your family have genetic, or you have the history of having diabetes in your family, the chances of having it or acquiring diabetes type 2, I think it's higher, and I think it's a known fact. And however, you can help yourself by improving your lifestyle, by controlling your diet, exercising more. I will not go crazy about it, but at least you'll feel better.
You'll feel
fit.
happier.
You'll feel changed. I mean, when we in our study, where we applied exercise for these patients, not only the patient improved, you can see the change in their function, the cholesterol level, systolic blood pressure, which is the cholesterol
level. A lot of things will be affected.
And the level of oxygenations. So there is an improvement in the health and fitness. I will not, of course, on the genetic level, we have seen the change. You might not see the dramatic change on the body or the losing of weight, but they can feel healthier and fit with time. And like I say, on the genetic level, we've seen an improvement and a change in the expression of genes that were down and becoming higher with exercise.
Yeah.
I got two questions actually from the audience. One of them called Abdul Wahab, he was asking is, how far is Desmond Institute away from stem cell research? And would your research be of benefit if they combine it with stem cell studies?
Yes, we have a stem cell unit in our Desmond Diabetes Service, and that unit focuses on stem cell research, and so there is an increasing interest in stem cell research, and we are doing that direction. However, I'll let them maybe comment on that. But yeah,
So
there is an interest.
existing unit
There is interest.
there.
There is a unit
Yeah.
that is actually focused on stem cell research and isolate plant transplantations, isolate cell transplantations. So this is already we have the unit. We're interested in that, and you might hear from their side soon enough.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So we complement each other. We are looking at different side of the coin, or I'll say.
I think
Yeah. So we complement each other.
That's good.
We are identifying genes that link to certain people work on genome. Some people work on stem cell and islet cell transplantation. So
two
there is a
sophisticated units, let's say.
Yes. Yes.
We're looking for their achievements.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very nice. And there is another question from a person called Abdullah. He was asking, what is the most common diet that you should advise for in order to burn the glucose, in the body, the excess glucose?
It's a difficult question since I'm not a nutritionalist.
Okay,
so,
it needs 10 lectures.
I think minimize the eating of carbohydrate and sucriyat or sugars, and I guess eat less carb.
And eat more healthy.
And more healthy food. But yeah, I might not be the best person to give advice on the subject because
but I mean, you're the best one now to give advice about exercise.
Yeah.
I definitely will ask you this question. So what do you think about what kind of exercise should a patient do?
I think what we have applied for our patient, a moderate level of exercising, 3 to 5 times a week, and with the period that goes between 30 to 50 minutes. But if you can do it, at least I think try to walk, at least for 30 minutes or 20 minutes, 3-4 times a week. This will be of good benefit. If you are not committed to exercise, but exercising, moderate level exercising, it should really help and be beneficial to the patient.
And also, I think people should make it fun. Like if they exercise with someone like their friends or their siblings or their husbands or wives, I think making it a family matter, and also implementing exercise in the children's lives, because we see that a lot of children are not, exercising. They're just watching TV and PlayStation and iPad.
Yes.
So would it be the same advices you would give for people at high risk of developing diabetes? They're not diabetic, but at high risk, whether due to family history or...
I think these people are the most really should be really taking my advice seriously, because if they don't take care of themselves, it's inevitable. At any stage they will get diabetic. So my advice to them is to apply exercise 3 to 5 times, 30 minutes, even walking, and eat a moderate level of food, less carbohydrate, reduce the amount of carbohydrate and sugar in your food. And so these are the main, I think, target for that they need to really take what I say seriously. The people who are on the borderline, or they are at a stage that anytime they might develop diabetes, or the pre-diabetic state. So I think they should really apply exercise, and they'll walk, eat less carbohydrate and sugar, and control your diet. I think this should really help in expanding the period, or at least increasing or delaying the process, and maybe stopping it.
And did you see any improvement in, as you said, of course, there is the link between this gene and exercise, and actually just improving for example, glycemic, I think, control in the body. So did you see any improvement in these patients with the blood sugar level?
There was an improvement in blood glucose level, I think, and cholesterol level, and their fitness, and say the oxygenations, course, this is data that we got from Dr. Fahad Fitness Center. But so there is an improvement. So, however, in the molecular levels, I can say there is an improvement. Like I said, the gene that were really suppressed in obesity improved. And when we
so it's amazing how it's linking
yeah,
together.
so it really helped. And this is you're taking samples after exercise, and not in the same day, after a few days. So it means like the level is stabilized, and
and very quickly. Like if it's taking just a few days, it's very quickly.
So actually, the sample was taken 3 months after exercise.
Yeah.
So
but there is no effect in few days, as you mentioned.
Yeah, the level was stabilized. So some patients were taken. It was not a fixed date. So 1 or 2 days, 3 days after the finishing the last bout of exercise, and we have seen a major improvement. And like I said, these genes that we have identified, it was linked to so far we have seen that it linked to also glucose uptake. So if you overexpress it or overproduce it, then you have an increase in the insulin receptor, and you have also an increase in the glucose uptake from the blood. So this is this is what we're trying to achieve, to improve the health, and maybe used in future if we follow the right transitions. You never know. It might be. It has the potential for target therapy in futures.
Your studies mostly concentrate on the exercise and the weight after all, or the obesities. Did you make the studies, or did you try to figure out, to compare the person's genomes before and after bariatric surgery?
This is actually it's been done actually from other units.
Okay.
So
I should
probably you'll hear from them soon.
That's
also.
good.
So they are also taking sample before and after, and they are trying to compare also the effect before and after, what change really took place, and so on. So it's already been investigated in Tasman. So
the whole trick would be mostly probably due to the loss of weight rather than purely focusing on exercise, because
that's
the end result
the
would be
approach is
probably
different
the same.
now.
Okay.
The approach is different.
Yeah.
You have the operations, but we are using the just exercise effect. But for them, it's you have a direct approach. And,
There's lovely studies going on at Dasman Institute.
Yes.
Yeah, and you don't want to take credit for their work, of course.
I can actually comment. Yeah, I mean, probably a time will come and you'll reveal the finding.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Now we're nearly, reaching the end of the show. So can you just tell our viewers your advice about their healthy lifestyle?
Yeah, I think as we have mentioned already during our conversation, that to sum up, I think you have to apply to control your diet, follow a healthy lifestyle, apply exercise to your daily routine, and you'll get a healthy life.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dr. Jihad Abu Bakr. Really, this is something to be proud of, I think, and it's something, to be your name to be put in this research, I think it's a huge achievement, and it's something really to be proud of. And the thing is, also, we're hopeful to see you in also other works, and
Yes.
we can't wait actually for that. So we hope to see you again in our show.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you for having me. And I'm very happy to share some of our information with you guys.
Thanks again, Dr. Jihad, for this lovely interview, and we wish you all the best, and we wish you to reach your goals and your team goals as soon as possible, because a lot of patients are really looking for the best treatment ever nowadays in Kuwait.
Inshallah.
Thanks again for this meeting.
Thank you very much.
And thank you so much, dear viewers, for watching us tonight, and I hope it was inspiring for all of you, and after this long holidays, I know everybody's working tomorrow, so hope everybody has a light week, and we'll see you hopefully next week with another episode. So have a good night.
Thanks again and have a good night.